kwegama ke lethutyana ngoba ngabazi igama elixuthayo ootata omama obhuti nosisi umkhosi wale department ye-Wesley Guild Mhlawuli iziyona bazali bami emveni kwemini nje mandiyibulise nonke ngelihle igama lenkosi yethu Jesu Kristu molweni linene elithethwa ngumpostoli uPawulos ngoba ukufa lufincelwe eloyisweni. I usually say that in instances as Lord Hlobo, death has not prevailed, but the works of Christ have prevailed. The Christ that we always proclaim when we always say uThixo wadala izulu nomhlaba wabuya waphumla ngeminye icawe siphinde sithi uKristu kanjalo hayi bhuti yakhe yini wavuke kufeni wabona ehleli and then it goes on isisithi uvukile wena inhloko yabo bakholwa hayi man nathi sakuvuka thina sikholwayo. So it is that works that have prevailed, that now it's not only a lip service, but now it has manifested properly. Umpostoli Paulos, well, Martin Luther always agrees that the book of Romans is essential for every Christ believer because it fully orientates our lives to connect for it to cornerstone directly to the faith we have in Christ. The only thing on bus is oyenza lusapho sisonke singaba bazalwana, it's only to say that a Christ believer died with faith. Ubhubhe ngokholo. And part of that particular faith, umpostoli uPawulos efika kule verse kwesahluko sesibhozo, it is of that he fully says, and Martin Luther also agrees that without suffering there can be no crown. That's the first thing I should wish to highlight with you, Lusapo. And on basonge singaba bazalwane zonxalela apha. Our lives is full of tribulation, suffering, and sometimes persecution. Sometimes most of the persecution comes from people who we love. People that we made confidence with, agreements that nobana mhlawumbi ndawuncedwa nguwe ngomso kanti lamntu wenza naye isigqibo kuzosiqala sijikele kuqala ibe ngokuqala ukuhlaba emqolo. Because part of living a life of persecution is also to be betrayed by the one you love. Sometimes we have also felt that we have been betrayed by God himself. Because part of living a life of a Christ-like person, it is to when the light you know, a Christ-like life. Ukholo oluthengi enkolweni. Lolo kholo lusapho esizawuthi siqhayisa ngalo namhlanje wakubana the sufferings have now turned into glory. Have now turned into glory. The same thorns that were held on top of Jesus' head now has automatically turned into a crown of glory. That suffering does not prevail, but it is within suffering that the glory of God prevails. he's within suffering. Yalando atumepere wonke umuntu olandela uYesu athi silubaleke ngomonde ugqatso olubekwe phambi kwethu Jopho sitya kugqibeleni sijonge emnqamlezweni sisamehlo ethu kwimbangi nomgqibelelisi wokholo lwethu. Because part of living a Christ-like life kukufana noYesu, fana noYesu. For we suffer to not only to suffer but also xa kufika umhla wokugqibela sithwalisa isithaba sobomi obungaphakade. And lastly, I should say that, bazalwane, it is part of our journey to live a suffering life. It is part of the journey to live a suffering life. You know, every person who is called by God, Martin Luther uthi uThixo wafaka ivoid enhlizweni yakhe wokubana nakuba ukweziphi insunguzi ungalibali into yokuba awuwedwa lanto kama xa izawela umlambo enciba simvesithi enkungwini ekufeni kubalanga lolungiso. For we understand that in our journey we are not alone. For the person who created a void in us atumkuli wewedwa onokundanelisa. And therefore, that you are not alone. But instead, when every time love void, if it's Allah, just know that only God can fulfill that void.